I wonder if you would come to Sweden. I wonder how long it would take for you to try to come back to America.
Well, whenever my plane ticket leaves, I'd imagine, no?
Yeah, like hopefully if it doesn't get cancelled, right? I mean, if you get stuck here, can you just buy a computer? And then you could play with Ivy instead. You can play Ivy with COD. You can play COD with Knut and Ivy instead of Dan and Mr. Mooten. For a few months. That's great, right? Just like change it up a little bit. And with Nim.
Play what?
And with Kandyland.
Oh, fuck.
There's some nice ones on this side of Earth, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Kandyland and me would get along very well.
You and Candy?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you could probably she started like reading stuff and she wants to become smart.
No, not she. I don't think she's. It's not she's dumb or anything like that. I just like my personality is like very aggressive, and hers is not that.
Nah, she's really easy to get along with.
Yeah, It's not a matter of being easy to get along with. It's a matter of if I'm easy to get along with. A lot of people don't like my personality. So I don't think that she would enjoy being around me.
But you say that you get along with most people.
If I want to, I can. But get along with most people and make an effort to be a friend with somebody are two very fucking different things. I'll get along with anybody that I need to, but not like, oh, I'm going to be friends with everybody. That's like way, way, way more selective in terms of who I'm going to go through the effort to be friends with. She says she likes assholes. She doesn't. She might say it, but no girl when she says that means that. She just means she likes somebody that's confident.
Wait, what?
When girls say like, oh, I like guys that are assholes or bad, but no, they don't.
Yeah,
They just like people that are like confident.
Yeah, she likes confident people.
Nobody wants a guy that's gonna like fucking like, oh god, that dude was such a bad boy. He stole $40 from me last night before he like went off to buy crack or whatever. Like nobody wants to date somebody like that.
I just don't think she understands you. Maybe, or doesn't know you.
Most people just don't want to deal with somebody that's as obnoxious as me 24/7. I'm a really hard person to get along with.
Is that good?
It just is what it is. It's not
you
good
kind of you kind of filter the ones that's for you then.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, Candy understands stuff. It's just the language thing. I think it's interesting because she sounds so different. The way she speaks and the way what she says and stuff in Swedish sounds so different. No, it is true. It is true.
Listen, it's not people like Hasan that are going to pay for these consequences. I want to make it very, very clear. This is the reason why I don't like this. This is the reason, I don't know, dude. I'm at massive conflict with, like, revolution in general, especially revolution around race. And the reason why is because if you're not successful, probably a lot of black people, if not all black people, are going to die.
Like,
it's probably just going to result in a genocide.
She's like really good at math and stuff.
It wouldn't surprise me if it results in a genocide. That if we try to have a revolution over race and it doesn't work out, which I don't think it will work out, these people are not going to be paying the price. People like Hasan isn't going to be paying the price. He's not going to be doing the worst comes to worst. He's going to strike a deal with somebody, and that's going to be the end of it.
My favorite meme was when Hasan was like, "Dude, listen, like I don't want Trump either. Like if Trump makes it, like I might get deported." that was one of my favorite Hasanisms of all time. That and the English second language one.
What?
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 Just I think I've argued in the past about Hasan. He says dumb shit sometimes, and it seems like he doesn't care if Trump wins or not. And I remember Hasan attacked that point. He's like, dude, if Trump wins, like, I could get deported. But, like, for somebody like Hasan to get deported, we would have to be deporting an unimaginable amount of people. Like,
Oh.
and then in the past, too, he said, like, oh, sometimes I get confused because English is my second language, so I might say something I don't mean or whatever, which is, like...
Wait, how long has he been in America? Like, when did did he grow up in Turkey or something? Or
I think he grew up in Turkey, but I think he came over when he was, like, was it, like, 11 or 12? I know you guys know Hasan's full fucking lore. Don't...
Wait, how old is he now?
Like 27 or 28, maybe? 24, 25?
So how many years has he been here?
Like 10? Maybe?
10 years?
Oh, he came over when he was 18. He's been here for at least a decade, people are saying.
Mm-hmm. Did he understand, like, could he speak English when he came
I don't know.
to America?
Turkey is like a pretty... people speak a lot of English in Turkey, right? Don't they? Or do they not?
He didn't speak it?
No? Oh, people are saying
No, they don't. No, I don't think so. If it's like South Europe, they're really bad at English in general.
I mean, Hasan's English is like... He has... I don't think Hasan even has an accent. Like, if somebody were to hear him speaking English, they would just think he's a native English speaker. You would never even think... Maybe there might be some words or whatever that...
Why do you say fuck you, Melina? It's true, though.
People like to be a contrarian about, like, everything.
I mean, like, people in South Europe they're not very good at English. Like, it's not very common that you meet someone that's, like, insanely good at it. Compared to, like, if you go up north. Like, if you even, like, go to Germany, there's a fuck ton of people that doesn't understand English. Like, do you remember how much problems we had when we were in Berlin speaking with people? Try to communicate with people in German, or... He speaks better English. Yeah, but he's been in America for 10 years.
I would bet a sizable chunk of money. I think I would bet thousands of dollars that Hasan knew English before he came to the U.S. I don't believe that he learned English from nothing at 18 years old and has no accent. I don't believe that at all. Even if he were to say different, I would say he's lying. There's no way. I'm not even close to believing it.
I mean, he got kind of probably like if you didn't understand it at all, you kind of get forced to learn a language when you
yeah,
come to
but
the
with
country.
no accent, starting at like 18.
But it's been 10 years.
It doesn't matter. There are people that have been here for 30 years, but they came here like in their 20s or 30s, and they still have an accent. Look at like Jackie Chan. Like that guy worked in Hollywood and movie industry in America and shit for like decades, and his accent like was still made him unintelligible in some movie sets. Like if you start learning a second language like past like your teens, you have to go through like a concerted effort to get rid of an accent. Not just learning language. You have to like go to school to like get rid of accents. Like it's a specialized thing. Like there's no way that like at 18 you start learning a foreign language and then you have no and you just have no accent. Like Hasan, like I said, like if anybody listens to Hasan speak, he sounds like a native English speaker. You never guess that he even knows a second language.
Hi, Melina.
Hi.
I was going to give you an
up?
example. Do you remember how my wife sounded when you spoke with her?
Yeah.
Okay, so she was 19 when she came to America.
And she still has an accent.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, and she was also studying linguistics. Like that was her career, right before she came here. That's what she was in college for. And so, yeah, that's been 16, 17 years now.
Yeah.
You'd bet money, Dan, with big odds that there's no way that Hasan started learning English at 18, right? Like he was speaking it fluently by the time he was 18. He probably learned when he was like either before he was 10 or like around then.
All I can say is he definitely has no accent.
Yeah,
if
like he sounds
talk to
fluent.
Hasan, I mean, he could just be god tier at doing it. I have no idea if he learned it or not. I would say if he did learn it here, that would be extremely fucking impressive. I'll put it that way. To have, because it's not like he has like a slight accent. Like he
has no English accent at all. Like he sounds like he could be
Yeah.
from like LA or whatever, like a California bro.
Huh. I wonder if some people are better at learning another language and get rid of their accents compared to others. Because there's some people that just like it will never change.
No, you can. You just have to go to. You have to make like a deliberate effort to do so.
Oh, so I have to do that too.
You don't have to, but like as it stands right now, like my guess is that like how you sound now is probably about how you'll always sound if you were to live in America for 10 or 20 years. That if you wanted to change like how you sound, you would have to make a deliberate effort to like say things more American, probably.
Well, you know, there's probably one more factor in here that we're not considering as well, which is how similar the language is to English to begin with, right? So if you're speaking Arabic or Hebrew or Russian, it's gonna be probably more difficult for you than if you were coming from a language which is more similar to English, right? Because you're gonna have
that's probably
different.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what's a language? What language would even be so similar to English that you wouldn't have that big of a problem? Because I can't think of anybody else that like is bilingual here, and it's like, oh yeah, those types of people always sound American after a little bit.
Maybe like Germanic languages.
Nah, German. Well, I mean, if like using German like itself, like German people
French
sound very German. French people sound very French. Dutch and Flemish. I don't know what Flemish is. Dutch people. I don't want to sound mean, but Dutch people like sound gay.
What?
So do like Norwegian people. Like they have like a very particular like I don't want to say flamboyant accent, but like if I think of like the streamer like fuck, it sounds so bad to say because he gets bullied for it. I'm not trying to be mean, but like Zizarin or like Rotterdam, the StarCraft 2 caster, like they have a heavy accent where like you don't sound like a what?
I with the thing with Zizarin, I 100%.
Yeah.
Do you mean like they're speaking like they're up in the clouds a little bit?
I don't know. Like they sound like it's not like a normal like American. Like you would assume something is off about them.
I mean, without being weird about it, Zizarin sounds completely like the typical, voice that you would get.
Well, and he gets harassed a lot over it too, which is really fucked up. Like I actually felt so bad when I was talking to Ziz. This is like my chat is one of the only chats that he's like been into where people don't like shit on him because of the way his voice sounds. Like, oh my god, that's horrible.
I'm happy no one shits on my accent.
Man, not as much.
There's some people that says like, please don't get rid of it.
Well, because exotic girls are exciting or whatever.
Ooh. But think about my accent a year ago compared to now.
Yeah, it can like you can make like improvements if things are like unrecognizable. But once you're at like a certain level of speaking, like when you speak to me and I understand you completely, like that's as good as your accent ever needs to get. Because it's not like I'm gonna correct you. Like, what did you say? Like I'll know what you're saying. You're never gonna like so you don't need to like change it anymore because it's working because you're communicating at a level that I can understand.
Well, wait, but Melina, you speak English in Sweden before you met Steve, right? Like, didn't you grow up speaking?
Her English was very Swedish.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't hear it? You don't remember what I sound like?
No, but like, I mean, well let me ask you this.
I understood it, but I couldn't really. It was like really bad.
I'm not saying you didn't have an accent. I'm saying you're saying your understanding of English, like when you were 17, 18, that was poor. When did you start learning English?
We learn English when we're like 7, but it's like it's like dog is this or means this, and
so your parents
house is this.
Do your parents speak English?
Yeah.
Do they speak English around you and to you?
No, why not? Like, why would they?
Well, I mean, I have some Swedish friends, and they definitely had that happen.
No, like, why would they speak like English around us if we're Swedish?
I mean,
unless that sounds American. Yeah, but it's because he's been traveling and he went to high school.
So, like with my kids, I know for sure that they're going to speak English, obviously. So around the house, it's like almost entirely Russian for everything that's spoken to them because that's the one that we.
You don't speak Russian with them.
No, I don't. But everyone else.
No,
does.
but like my parents are not American, so why would they?
But they knew English, right?
Yes, but they didn't speak with us. No. We spoke Swedish. Like we learned it in school, but it was like not good. I remember in 4th grade or something, I think we learned grammar, but I didn't understand a shit because it was like really hard for me to focus in school. So I missed a lot of stuff. I still don't know multiplicationstabellen. Can someone translate that?
Multiplication and division.
Yeah, I don't know that in my head. I can't like. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, so I had like a lot of troubles like concentrating, and I think when I was 12, I started to watch the TV show Glee, and there was no subtitles on that, so I used to have to like figure out what they said, I guess, or like guess what they said and stuff, and that was really really good. We don't dub our shows and stuff. Yeah, I watched that show. And yeah, I had to like guess what they said. I didn't understand season 1 almost at all, and then I used to figure it out the more I watched of it, I guess.
I think
And
learning
then,
learning languages earlier is like such a huge thing. Like I can survive with Spanish much more than I can with Russian, and I've been listening to Russian for fucking 17 years now.
I wish I could find the thing that I originally read. Apparently, kids, it's not that kids can learn languages so much better than adults. It's more to do with the fact that adults can cope without knowing a language so much better. It's something that I don't know if this is true or not, but I remember reading this. Like, basically, the thing is that, like, if you're a kid, you're stuck in an environment, you basically have to learn the language or you're fucked, and that's it. But as an adult, you can get by without learning the language because you can Google Translate, because you can ask friends and family, because you can use context clues. Like, there's so many different things you can use as an adult to not learn a language that, like, if you were to just shove an adult into China with no phone, you'd be like, good luck. That they would pick up the language, like, surprisingly fast. They wouldn't be like, oh, no, I'm too old now. I can't learn anything. I'm an idiot. I'm too old. Goodbye, world. Like,
because they get forced, yeah.
Yeah, because you're actually forced to learn it.
And like if you go to a grocery store, you learn like what everything is, like what milk is, and like stuff like that. And it's just I think you have to go to the country to kind of learn it. So yeah, I think watching shows was really good for me, and we don't dub our shit. Rest of Europe does. That's why they're so bad at it. Especially like Italy or like Germany.
If you have to learn, you learn faster as well. Like if you just get dropped off in another country, you're going to start learning that shit quick if speaking English is not an option. That's another thing I learned for sure. Like faster than if you just like really studied. Like if you have no option except to speak this language, you start thinking. Like I remember when I was learning Spanish, I was like looking at a table and in my mind of like, oh, that's a mesa, not a table. So yeah.
I think when I started working at Hollister, I had a manager who was English, and he didn't speak Swedish at all. So I got kind of forced to talk to him. And then a half year later, I went to New Zealand, and then I was kind of forced as well, I guess. But it was like I couldn't really speak; it was really bad. But I understood everything, but it was really hard for me to speak it.
How the fuck do you make an axe, guys? What am I missing? Do I need fucking wood in my inventory?
I don't think in languages. I think in pictures and feelings. It's really weird. Do you think my English was really bad when we started writing to each other in January?
It's hard to say. I wasn't thinking of your English, like in like words. Good one, Dan. Like when you talk to somebody online, actually the biggest problem that I have is actually with. It sounds mean. I'm sorry to say this, but it's with fucking Brit bongers. When you talk to like English people, I hear them in English, like in American, in my head, especially because I usually type English really well. And then when you hear their voice, you're like, oh my god, you're a fucking Brit bonger. Holy shit. That's always like a
great.
Big mind fuck.
I like them so much. I love the accent. I think it's my favorite. I hated it as a kid. I thought it sounded super silly.
Yeah, everything that I read in online, I read it like in American. That's how I hear it in my head.
Steve, if you could learn 3 languages just instantly, okay, what would they be? In what order of importance?
Probably Spanish, Chinese, and then Swedish. Right now.
Really? Aw, then we could speak. Like we can have secrets and stuff. That's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And whenever we're in a situation with a third person, we try to get out of it or something like that. And I just wanna say something in Swedish to you so that person doesn't understand.
Wow. So you would look over at me, you'd say some shit in Swedish, and then both of us would look at the other person like, sorry, we have to go now. I think they would figure out pretty quickly what's going on.
No, but like you can whisper something. I don't know, when the person isn't watching.
Well, we could just whisper something.
Secret
Probably
names.
just speak in English, right?
Yeah, but they might hear it.
Oh, okay.
And they would say like, oh, I'm sorry. You spoke with each other. We said this, and it's wrong.
Gotcha.
I think Chinese is cool as fuck. Probably Spanish and like French. That would be really cool.
French is a wasted spell slot. Guaranteed.
No, but like it just sounds so. Oof. It just sounds so nice. It's so beautiful. It's so nice.
I wish I could agree.
You don't think it sounds nice? And
Never
like go to
thought-
Paris and just like get around. Oof.
I don't know if it's just my early formative conservative years made me hate French people or what, but I don't like the like Middle Eastern languages do this too, but that sound, I just don't like it. It's like such a huge like turn off as soon as I hear someone be like,
Really?
oh, I hate it, dude. Honest to God, I think that
it's so hot. It's so hot when they speak English and they have the French accent.
oh God,
It's so nice.
I think that women with Russian accents or like any Eastern European accent sounds way
What?
better.
No, it's not.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so
True.
much better.
Weird.
Sounds
French is
Not
so
menacing.
weird.
hot. You like that Melina movie?
Yeah, of course.
It sounded nice, right, when they spoke?
Nope, didn't like her accent. I don't have to like
What?
her accent just because I like the movie.
Good movie. That was a cute movie, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
You are ecstatic to watch America let you right now. Yeah, you're like, oh, we can't do anything better. Like you sound like you sound so pathetic. How you look at your